Hey guys, it's Jeannie. Welcome back to the Bookworms of Buddy. So I'm here for my Christmas book haul, but not just the Christmas book haul. I also have some other books that we picked up after Christmas. So let's get started. The first ones I want to start with are the Christmas books for my husband. He's been reading the Unearthly series, and he only had the first book. So now he has Boundless and Hallowed. I'm not sure what's 2 and what's 3. He has actually already read them. So, yeah, he's ahead of the game. So those are the 2 books that he got for Christmas. Okay, then for me, the first book we got here is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I've heard a lot about this story and decided that I wanted to have the book. So I got it and I have started reading it, and I'm about 90 pages in, and it's got some dark elements to it. I'm going into it kind of blind. I just know it's set back in 1926, so it's kind of historical as well. And I have read a really creepy part in here that was kind of paranormal-ish. So I am really enjoying it right now, and I'm hoping it stays good. The next one I got here is Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, and this is by Jessie Andrews. This book was very popular a little ways back, and of course I'm always last to the bandwagon. But a few years back when I was doing World Book Night, this was one of the books that was on the list, but I didn't choose it because I hadn't heard much about it then. I chose a different book. So now I have it. I'm going to get it read, then watch the movie, and hopefully I will enjoy it. There was mixed reviews, of course, on this one, but I decided I want to judge for myself and get this book read hopefully this year. The next one we've got, again, slow to the bandwagon, is Paper Towns by John Green, also a movie. And I just really want to get these movie books read so that I can watch the movies. Again, I don't know much about this, and I'm just going to go into it blind again. But I've heard a lot about it, so we will see what I think of it. You guys know I had 2 books that I definitely wanted for Christmas. And guess what? I got those 2 books that I wanted. The first one here is Kill Switch, and this is by Jonathan Mayberry. This is the final book in the Joe Ledger series. It's supposed to be the final book in the Joe Ledger series, and I'm pretty sure it probably will be. It's book number 8. I've been dying to get a hold of this book, and now I got it for Christmas, and it makes me so happy. I was pretty sure that my husband was going to order these for me, and he did, because he's the best. And so there's that one. And the other one that I really, really, really wanted was The Kept Woman, which is I think it's the 8th book in the Will Trent series. I don't know where this series is going. I don't know how many books are going to be in it. I just know that I love the series. And this was another one that I asked for Christmas. And I love it. Life is grand. Next book that I've gotten for Christmas was End of Watch by Stephen King. You guys know I have read this book. I got it out of the library. I loved the book. I had to own it since I own the other 2. The only problem is this one's hardback. The other ones are paper. I'll have to figure that out. But the Bill Hodges trilogy is fantastic. That's all I can say. I absolutely loved it, and I recommend this to anybody to read. And now I've got the final book. I own all 3. It makes me happy. There we go. Now on to the books that weren't Christmas related. This one I got back in end of November maybe, and this is Silencing Eve. This is by Iris Johansen, and it is part of the Eve Duncan series. I got it at Dollar General for $3, so I picked it up because the first book was pretty decent. I need to carry on with that series, and this is more towards the end of the series, so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting further into that. I got to go to the Goodwill last couple days, I think, and I picked up Alex Cross's Trial. This is by James Patterson. This is part of the Alex Cross series, and I have not started reading it yet. I do have plans to start with The Lucky Spider and get this series at least midway, hopefully, by the end of the year. I would prefer to have it all read, but it's a long series, so you never know. So there's that one. The next one we got here I picked up because I thought it looked interesting. This is called Peter and the Sword of Mercy by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. And I like it because it's library binding, and I'm thinking it's a middle grade. But I figured that it was going to be good. It's got great illustrations in here, so my biggest guess is that it is middle grade. So I'm looking forward to getting to this, and I'm going to want to maybe read this one soon. I didn't even look up yet if this is book one or what, but maybe this is one that I can read with the Coast because we've been wanting to read more middle grade books together. So I'll look into this one further and see if it's a part of a series or where it's at in the series. Next one we got is Enticed by Carrie Jones. Now I know this one is it's either a series or a trilogy, and I know the first book is Need, so I'll have to look more into that series. I haven't had time to sit down and check them out yet, but they had it there. I got it for 99 cents. I figured I'd pick it up and see, there's the other books on the back right there, and see where this stands, if this is 3 or 4, but there's 3 books here, so maybe it's book 4, I don't know. I don't even know the name of the series yet, so it may be called the Need series. Yeah, so there's that one. The next one we got here is Sincerely Yours by Al and Joanna Lacey. And I did read the back of this one, and I was like, this sounds so awesome. Let me read this to you. Dr. Quint Roberts mended Union soldiers years ago, and now he's saving lives in Montana. But is there any medicine for his own hardened and grieving heart? Dr. Quint Roberts returns home from the Civil War, eager to be reunited with his sweetheart, only to discover she has married another man. In his hurt, Quint vows he will never again give a woman a chance to break his heart. But can he keep that vow when years later Quint unexpectedly becomes a father to 3 orphaned children? And even if he should decide to marry, where will he find a wife when all local girls are spoken for and he doesn't believe in seeking a mail order bride? Because, back then, mail order brides were really a thing, so this is set back in that time, and I just thought it sounded really good. 99 cents, couldn't pass it up. I picked it up, and hopefully this will be something that I can read and enjoy. The next one here is Mean Streak by Sandra Brown. I read my first Sandra Brown book last year, I want to say October, November, and most of her books are standalone, so I'm going to guess that this one is a standalone as well. And again, 99 cents, I picked it up because I liked the book that I read, so I'm looking forward to reading more of Sandra Brown. And the last one we got from Goodwill, I was really happy to find this because I've heard a lot about it, and that is The Alchemist, and this is by Paulo, I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Is that Coelho? I have no idea. But it's a small book. I picked this up. I figured I can get through this pretty quickly. And like I said, I've heard a lot about this book, if I'm thinking the right one. So I'm looking forward to getting into that one. And then yesterday, my husband took me to the bookstore. I'd been missing that. And I picked up a few books. Most of them were on the sales rack, but a couple weren't. So here we go. We got P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Got it for $1. And it just sounded really good. I just decided I'd pick it up and read it because I have several of her books. Well, actually, I think I only have 2 of her books up there. 2 or 3 maybe. And I've not read them yet. So I just like her synopsis on her books, and her covers are always pretty. I know, that's not a reason to buy a book. It is in here. It is in my mind. So I picked that one up. It was $1. I mean, if I don't like it, then I lost $1. The next one we got here is You Belong to Me by Mary Higgins Clark. And the reason I had looked this book up was because it was a Y. For the A through Z challenge, I only had one book with a Y, and I wanted to have something else to choose for when I decided to do that. And I picked this one up. Mary Higgins Clark is very well known. They say she's the queen of suspense. My mom loved her. And I think I've only read like one book by her, and that was so many years ago. So I decided I would pick this one up and read this one, and we'll see where it takes me and if I still enjoy, what I read with her. The next one we got here, or the next two we got here, are both from Erica Spindler, and these were both $2 on the sales rack. So we've got In Silence and Last Known Victim, which sounded really, really good. I'm hoping to get to Erica Spindler because I do have another book of hers somewhere that I've not read yet, and she's just an author that I've been interested in reading, and I've just not done it yet. And then I saw these two on the sales rack for a couple bucks each, and I figured, well, that gives me a little more choices as far as her stuff goes. Since I have one book over there, I don't even know where it's at, and I wanted more than just one to choose from for her. So there's those. Again, $2 each. I'm not going to lose much if I don't like them. And the last book that I got, which I was just thrilled about, is Freedom of the Mask by Robert McCammon. I really like Robert McCammon. I know I've talked about A Boy's Life, and I've talked about Swan Song. He's just very good at writing. He's a horror writer, and I saw this one. I just really, really had to have it. This is set back in the 1700s, which makes it a little more interesting. And there is an apprentice that goes missing, and they think that he just met his demise and he was killed. But come to find out, he was a suspect for a murder and just other things, and the story goes on from there. And I'm looking forward to getting to this. But something else that was really interesting about this book that I've not seen on a cover before. Look at this cover. It's iridescent. It's an iridescent blue. And it's just got this weird, you hear that? It's got this weird cover. And I don't know if you can, it's gorgeous. It's actually just beautiful. Yeah, so, and there's the spine. And I really liked that when I got home and opened it up. I'm like, wow, look at the cover on this book. Yeah, so that will be pleasing to the eye when I read it, because I don't leave dust jackets on because they just kind of get in the way. So that's kind of will be a pretty cover to see. So that is my Christmas and non-Christmas book haul for you guys today. If you've read any of these books that I have showed you, let me know in the comments below what you thought about them, and we will talk about it. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.